Hello, Massive Nerd fans, and welcome to the first installment of a new feature here called My Comic of the Week, where I select what I felt was my favorite comic that I read the previous week and recommend it to you guys out there. So without further ado, we're going to jump straight into my recommendation for the Comic of the Week from January 5th, 2011, and that is none other than Batman Beyond #1. Spinning out of the phenomenal Batman Beyond miniseries from late last year, where they took Terry McGinnis, everybody's favorite futuristic superhero, and tried to roll him into the more proper DC Universe continuity. There's still a few sketchy bits here and there, most notably the identity of Dick Grayson, but at least they're making a concerted effort to take this really cool character and put him into stories that, quote, count. So that leads us to issue 1 of the now ongoing series, written by Adam Beechen with art by Ryan Benjamin, and it is part 1 of 3 of a story titled Madness, Mayhem, and Mentachem. Well, what the heck is Mentachem? Mentachem is some sort of substance some dude discovered way back when. He was basically a nobody in the DC universe, but it allowed him to create a wand that could transmute matter. Well, fast forward to a character they've introduced here named Carson Jotz, who works for the Metahuman Evidence Confiscation Unit. Basically, when superheroes and supervillains make things go boom, they're the ones that clean up the mess. Well, years of exposure to all that nasty stuff has basically given Carson a death warrant. He only has a couple months to live, so he gets pissed off, wants to take down everybody that's responsible for his situation, breaks into the vault of the unit and steals the wand. Now, due to all the nastiness inside of his body, he actually absorbs the wand and is able to transmute anything he touches, starting with one of his co-workers. Well, where does Batman factor into all this? Coming out of the miniseries, Terry really has a new focus on life. He's really trying to balance his life as Batman with his life as Terry, trying to keep a relationship with his girlfriend Dana, trying to be a good big brother, just really trying to be a normal person in addition to being a superhero. And things seem to be working out pretty well for him, until Carson comes into the picture. Carson's on the run, and he's intercepted, not by Batman, but by Warhawk. Warhawk is a member of the future Justice League, and during the fight, Carson ends up crashing into the local mall. The local mall where Terry's mother and brother happen to be. So Bruce calls up Terry, tell him what's going on, and Terry freaks out, takes off for the mall, where he gets into an encounter with the Justice League. See, this Justice League isn't quite as, well, heroic as the iteration we're used to. They're willing to accept a few civilian casualties if it means taking down the bad guy. Well, especially with his mother and brother being there, Terry is definitely not willing to accept any casualties. And it's a good setup for things to come. I really like how they're taking Terry and really stressing his personal life, trying to differentiate him from Bruce. They're not the same person, they're not going to be the same Batman. It's pretty cool. I like that they're taking the animated version of the future Justice League, rolling them in here. It's a good fit, and it works for the story. And it's just a good comic. It's good fun. And that translates into the art style as well. It's not, perfect, amazing art, but it's pretty good art. It has a nice style. It really has that feel of an animated series. And hey, that's what Batman Beyond was originally, so it really works here. I love this comic. If you're looking for a great comic to start reading, I can't recommend anything better than this. It's the first issue, and it's a really good jumping on point for one of DC's coolest characters, and it's so great to see them giving him another shot in the limelight. Love Batman Beyond, love this issue, can't wait for issue #2. And hey, that's it here. For more, be sure to check out massivenerd.net, and of course, I will be back next week with yet another comic recommendation.